Oh, he's getting it now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Heavy Metal Customs. What is next on the chopping block? I know this is a little odd for us. This is a Mazda Miata. And as you can see, this thing's filthy. It's been sitting, I reckon, grease out. Lord knows what's got on it. But it's pretty much ruined the paint. I'm trying to wash it off right now. Got my little electric pressure washer. It's good enough to get dirt off, but not peel paint or mess anything up. But what we're doing to this is we're pulling the 2.0 out and putting in a 2.5. That's supposed to get us somewhere between 50 and 70 plus horsepower, which is a big deal in a car this small and this light. I will take you through the process of how we do it, because, I mean, this is the first one I've ever done, but I don't see no stress. I've done worse, that's for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get it cleaned up a little more. It's just, yeah, whatever that was just ruined the paint. Clear coat's coming off. But at least want to get the main filth off before I drag it into the shop. So I'm going to get busy. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be doing the Miata thing. Well, I got her washed and winched in here. And as you can see, that paint has took a toll. Up here, the tops even took a toll, and he said the tops new. I've got some conditioner. We'll just have to scrub that thing and clean it again. I pressure washed it, then washed it with like soap and water, and pressure washed it again. But I still see dirt in it. That's going to take some work. The rest of the car, like I say, the clear coat's gone, and it's just scratched to death all across there. Yeah, the trunk, about as bad as the hood is, and so on and so forth. Ooh, got some ugly scratches on that door. Yeah, in my opinion, this thing needs some paint. I don't think I can buff that out. And here's what we're looking at. Right now, this thing has the little 2.0 that comes in them. Bad news, somebody's already started working on it. You can see stuff unhooked, removed, the trunk's full of parts. This and that other thing, wire's gone. Bolts missing, blah, blah, blah. But this old 2.0, it started knocking on this guy, which is actually a friend of mine, but I wasn't doing mechanic work. But I told him we'd go ahead and take care of this one for him. I forget what the horsepower is on the 2.0, but it's not a ton. The most popular swap is the 2.5 swap. Like I say, that gets you anywhere 50, 70 horsepower, give or take. I haven't really run the numbers big time on it, but that's what I'm hearing. And there's a lot of parts we'll have to change over. Hopefully this guy who took it apart didn't break nothing or lose anything that we need. But yeah, so next on the chopping block, Mazda Miata 2.0 to 2.5 swap. So what we're doing now, we took all the plastic and the little metal plates out from underneath it so we could get to everything. Drain the antifreeze, which is that little screw right there. And we got the oil drained and the oil filter off. Right now, Casey's undoing this, that, and the other thing. We decided just to snatch the transmission plumb out of the way. This motor really needs tilt and have some room, because the thing's going to be a pain to get out. I went ahead and got the exhaust out of the way. So, this is what we are looking at. Casey's dealing with that. The previous worker, looks like he's taken the majority of the bolts out of the bell housing, and we can't find the bolts. But we're going to go through here and fiddle with this, that, and the other thing, and try to get this transmission down and out of our way to begin with. All right, we got the transmission plumb out of her. Yeah, that line right there's messed up. That thing would not come off or nothing. So we're going to check it out while it's out here And we can make a fitting to the line, that's no problem. But we just don't want to have a leak. But all of that's done. I think we have everything under the hood unhooked. Check out these motor mounts, guys. Yeah, Casey could almost just snatch it out of there. But we still got to undo the motor mounts. Let's check them. I think they're broke. We have 2 hoses and the motor mounts down below. Besides that, we're about ready to snatch this bad boy out. Now that we got the engine out, what Casey's going to do next is go ahead and unhook everything electrical, get all this wiring harness out of the way, because we're reusing this harness, of course. Then he'll grab like the alternator, the power steering pump, the AC compressor, going to grab all that off of there. The oil filter housing has to be changed over. The motor mount pieces have to be changed. Of course, starter's going to come off. All this conglomeration of crap here is going to come off, go to the other motor. Now, after he gets all of that off, he will tie into this intake system, because this intake's got to be modified to fit that 2.5. We'll show you all that. And of course, the oil pan and pickup tube. But that's pretty much the general consensus of where he's at right now. So basically, 2.0 to 2.5 swap. Just take everything off the 2.0, because everything is so different, and you want all the stuff to go back correct. And now when I say everything, I mean self-pile, I mean everything. We'll strip this bad boy down. The only thing we didn't take off so far is the tensioner and the idler pulleys on the front and the water pump, because they are the same. But that is that. We still haven't got this off yet. We're going to try again in a little bit. But now Casey's on the 2.5. He's got that one off. And we're going to show y'all the timing tricks of this weird motor. But first off, he's got to get the oil pan off of it. So, he'll get that off, and then we'll show y'all what time it is. Alright guys, problem we're having with the 2.0 we pulled out. We can't get the bolt off the hall-mounting balancer. Now we're fixing to show you how tight, stupidly tight this thing is. You ready, Case? Sure. We done tried this, we ain't got it loose yet. You see I got a bar in the back, and that's keeping the motor from spinning. We got it sitting on the ground. Casey's got a big old breaker bar, plus a cheater pipe. Alright, you ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Nah, I'm not ready, but go ahead, I reckon. Glad I didn't catch my leg. Let's try it again. Let's find that other one and we'll try it again.
There it is.
Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Cool, cool. We found it. Well, we didn't find Jack. Casey found it. Because doing something like this is probably what broke the handle to begin with, right? I wouldn't doubt it. Okay. That cannot go nowhere.
Let's hope.
Alright, I got my fatness on it. No, I'm going to have to... Okay.
Slipped.
You gotta be kidding me.
You're good. I think we got somebody. Yes, we got somebody.
We ripped the bolt out of it.
The fire alarm?
Yeah.
Fun times.
Crap. Here, Jimmy, get this bolt off here for us.
What? You got the big bow on it.
But it was picking it up.
You got the big bow on it. I'm old. It won't move. Hey, take you. Oh well, it's gonna. Can you heat it up a little bit, Paul?
Nah, you can't heat that.
Damn, you got under the lift.
Okay, that bolt, as you can see, it's just not gonna come off. All right, guys, right quick, I'm gonna explain to you how to keep this thing in time. Because there is no keyway or nothing on the balancer, and there is no keyway on the sprocket that goes on the crank. So, what you do, of course, we don't put this one together, but before you even take it apart, spin her around, see a bolt right there? There's a thread on the cover. Put you a bolt in there to hold that straight. Then, come up here, go to the back of your cams. See them slots? They make a special tool to line them up. With common sense, you can look at that and see that they're all straight across. That means the cams are in time. Now you need to be at top dead center. We drop the screwdriver down in number 1 and sit here and turn the crank till we got to top dead center. And if you'll come on, is it this side, Casey?
Yes.
Okay. See a long bolt right there? There's another bolt that we took out. Now there's an actual tool that looks just like the bolt we took out, except this end is a lot longer. And underneath this, there's a flat spot on the crankshaft that will basically hit against that tool, or in our case, we put a bolt in it. And that is also top dead center. We checked it with the rise and the fall of the piston, be 100% sure. So we are there. Then we just slid our balancer on, which y'all gonna ask how we got this off the other motor. I'll show you in a minute. We slid the balancer on, it slides on easy. And now with the bolt in it, we will torque it to 20, you said, Casey?
So, yeah, 20.
Torque it to 20. Then take this little bolt out because you'll break it.
And your side bolt.
And your side bolt.
Because at 20 foot-pounds, you have enough pressure on the
Crank.
timing sprocket to hold tension. So now you can loosen everything, and as you turn, you just lock in the back and then go to 90.
Okay, and go to 90. And y'all, even though this bolt came off this motor, as y'all could see by the previous little clip, we never could get this off. So, I don't know what Casey done with it, but anyway, there's pieces here. I took the plasma cutter and just cut the head of that bolt off so we could slide it off. That's better than paying $100 some odd for a new balancer. Yeah, that's how we get it off. And that is that. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and torque this. And after that, we're going to go underneath and figure that out, how to swap the pans and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, we got the oil pan and the pickup tube dropped from the 2.0. Now, as you can see, the 2.0 does not have a balance shaft assembly in it, where the 2.5 does. So, run over to the 2.5. In case you took the pickup tube off of the 2.5, which is different, you do have to change that. Now, you see that big hunk of crap right there? That's the balance shaft. Say bye to it. There's only 4 bolts holding it, right?
Yep.
All right, 4 13-millimeter bolts are holding that, so we get rid of the balance shaft assembly. Then we put the 2.0 pickup tube on, and then the 2.0 oil pan. There is not a gasket, y'all. This is all silicone, so be friendly with the silicone. Oh, one thing I forgot to say, guys, and this is an important one. When you take out that balancer, you'll notice this piece right here. So that goes to an oil port up in the block. Let me get a flashlight for y'all. And as you can see, is right up in there. Y'all can see Casey tapping it out right now. What you're supposed to do is tap that out and block that off with just a basic block plug, engine plug, whatever you want to call it. But you need to do that. Don't forget to do that. Well, as y'all can see, most of this stuff is a straight over swap. I got the oil filter housing on there, PCV system, thermostat, all the rear stuff for the water. Just unbolt the 2.5 stuff, bolt your 2.0 on. Now, here's the thing. And we've done some research on this because we've never done this swap before. And everybody's talking about how much you have to modify the 2.0 intake to get it to fit and all this business. Well, guys, I'm calling BS on that. Because there's the 2.0 lower intake. It fits perfect. The only thing is, the very top of the intake, where it goes on right here, is low. It comes up to about right here, about halfway. So, a factory gasket is not going to seal good on that. So, what I did, easy peasy. I took the factory gasket, made me a template, and just left a lot of meat on top. So now, there you go. Now, that 2.0 intake will go on there without any problems, and it'll seal up just fine. There's nothing we had to cut, drill, mess with, or modify on that. It'll bolt to that 2.5 head. Just get a gasket, or make a gasket like we did, that's thicker on the top so that it would seal. Alright guys, we got everything ready to drop her in there. Like I say, we're going to do the header, catalytic converter, and some of the pipes in the back, and the valve cover once it's in there. Gives us more clearance and it's easier to get it in. So sit back, check this out. I don't think this is going to be that bad. Drop it back in. You guys? No. No. Let's rock it. And there we go, guys. It fits in there. I was going to say without a whole lot of trouble, but a lot of wiggle jiggle. But she's in there and she's sitting on the mount, so let's rock and roll it. Well, everything's going together. Guys, this is pretty basic, just like you was putting back a 2.0. Everything hooks up exactly the same, of course. Now, to get that header assembly in there with the converter, you do have to take that bottom bracket off for it to come in from the top. Besides that, everything's pretty basic. So we're not going to bore y'all with bolting all this stuff back up. So we'll get this done, and then after we get everything done in the motor, you see how much the motor moves? Leave the transmission unhooked until you get everything up here. It's a lot easier, that way you can get your hands into places. But we're going to keep on keeping on. Well, we're about 90% there. Put oil in it, get antifreeze in it. We're fixing to go in for the night, but this was a good day. Transmission's in. Everything underneath is done, except for some exhaust I got to do. Got a little performance exhaust on it, you know. So we like the air box. We got an air filter. Got to try to find the right serpentine belt for this thing. Battery box. And bam, she's ready to fire up. Well guys, we have got everything, and I mean everything done. Casey made this pipe here this morning. That'll really open her up. Boy, he done a good job on it, didn't he? Hey, well he was taught by the best, what can I say? We haven't put any of the covers or anything on. because right now we're going to do our first startup on it and check, but since we let it sit overnight with fluids in it, I want to see if we got any leaks. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through here with a flashlight and look oh so careful at everything, and then we'll fire it up. Well, all the fluids checked out great. Don't see no leaks. In case you put some fresh gas in it, it's going to cycle the key plenty of time. So it should be fine. It should just boom, fire right up and run. Keep your fingers crossed. Kick it. Hey, it's right. Look at batteries got the crap out though. Look real close. Alright guys, so we're just going to let it run, look it over, don't mind that smoke. That's where we had to use a penetrant to get that header off the old motor. Of course we tried to clean it, but you can't get this stuff off. It's got to burn off. And that or greasy hands. That's normal. As long as the smoke doesn't come from one leak. See it? Yep.
Something started right.
The what?
Started.
They started dragging? Okay. Well, we got one little leak under there. Jason said he thinks he hears a weird noise around the starter. So we're going to raise it up, check that out. But hey, it runs. Alright, ran over and checked everything, no leaks. Left the spot already on the floor and I thought it was a new leak. Everything seems fine, fire back up. Sounds pretty good. Keep in mind, this is a used motor. That's come out of a 2010 Fusion. Not sure the Mazda. But, everything's running like it should. Smoke's finally burning off things a bit. Gas here a little bit, man. Go down, man, and well, cool. Well, we're going to let it sit here and run, get up the temperature, make sure it's burnt, and it's full of coolant. All right, guys, we've done the start, let it run a while. We think it's burnt. Now it's time for a test drive. We better start again. Kick it. It goes vroom vroom. Alright, well, let's shut the bonnet, open up the doors, and you can test drive. Test drive, do you even fit in that thing? Barely, yeah.
Alrighty.
I think it's too much casing, not enough car. Take the emergency brake off?
No.
Okay. Hey, it rolls. Oh, wait a minute. The front tires are rolling backwards. Dang it. What is that? Some stupid heat shield somewhere. All right, go, test drive. Go, Gadget, go. Hey, look, he made it back. Well, all right, road test went fantastic. Little car seems purred like a kitten. No issues, no leaks. That's what we wanted. So, yeah, we done a good job on this one. Well, guys, appreciate you watching the video. Like I say, this 2.0 to 2.5 swap, my opinion, is no big deal. I mean, what do you think, guys?
About the same as replacing it with a 2.0, honestly.
Yeah, really, I mean, a couple extra steps, but not a bad swap at all. Hopefully the customer will enjoy the extra horsepower. But again, appreciate you watching. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on the super thanks. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.